Evelyn sensed something was wrong the moment she stepped into the house. The air was heavier, colder. Shadows seemed to move in the corners of her vision, and the creak of the floorboards sounded louder than usual. She shook it off. Guilt was eating at her. She just needed to stay strong. No one knew the truth, and no one ever would. But that night, as she lay in bed, Evelyn heard the soft, unmistakable sound of footsteps, light, almost playful, as if a child was running through the house. She sat up, her heart pounding. "Who's there?" she called out, her voice shaky. The footsteps stopped. The house fell silent again. Evelyn lay back down, trying to calm her racing heart. It was just her imagination, nothing more. But the next day, the torment continued. She found Lily's old stuffed bunny on the kitchen table, staring at her with its worn button eyes. She knew she had thrown that thing away after the funeral. Her hands shook as she swept it into the trash again. That night, the footsteps returned, louder, faster. This time she heard a voice, soft and familiar. "Why did you do it?" the voice whispered. Evelyn's blood turned to ice. "Who's there?" She screamed, jumping out of bed. "Why did you hurt me?" The voice came again, closer now, as if it was right behind her. Evelyn spun around, but there was nothing there. Her breathing was ragged and she felt her sanity slipping. Was Lily haunting her? She ran downstairs, desperate to escape the house, but the door slammed shut in front of her. She turned around to see the figure of a little girl standing in the hallway, Lily, pale and ghostly, her eyes filled with sorrow and pain. "No!" Evelyn cried, backing away. "It wasn't my fault. It was an accident. You pushed me." Lily's voice was soft but filled with a deep sadness. "You let me die." Evelyn collapsed to the floor, her hands covering her ears as Lily's voice grew louder, echoing through the house. "You let me die! You let me die!" Days passed and Evelyn was a shell of herself, unable to sleep, unable to eat. The constant presence of Lily wore her down until she could no longer bear the guilt. Finally, in a moment of desperation, she ran to Lily's father. "I can't take it anymore," she sobbed. "I have to tell you the truth." He looked at her, confused, but Evelyn didn't stop. "I pushed her. I killed Lily. It wasn't an accident. I was angry and I pushed her down the stairs." The words hung in the air and Lily's father stared at her in shock and horror. "You... what? I'm so sorry," Evelyn sobbed, collapsing to the floor. "I didn't mean to. I was just so angry." Lily's father sank into a chair, his hands trembling. The truth had been revealed, but it was too much to bear. He didn't know what to say, what to feel. That night, as Evelyn lay in bed, defeated and broken, Lily appeared once more, but this time her presence was different. The anger was gone, replaced by a quiet sadness. "Thank you," Lily whispered, "for telling the truth." Evelyn looked up at the little girl's ghost, tears streaming down her face. "I'm so sorry, Lily. I didn't mean to hurt you." Lily smiled softly, her form beginning to fade. "I know, but it's over now. You can't hurt me anymore." With that, Lily disappeared, leaving behind only a soft whisper in the wind. "Goodbye." The town was never the same after that night. Evelyn was taken away and Lily's father was left to grieve the loss of his daughter once more, but this time with the knowledge of what had truly happened. But in the quiet corners of the house on Elm Street, there was a sense of peace. Lily's presence was gone, but her spirit had left an indelible mark on those who had wronged her.